Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited, as always. I'm so excited. I wanted to come to you with just a community message. And the message today is, it can relate to business, it can relate to your life, but I hope that you get this, right? That you are the first sale. You are the first sale. So value is an inside game. It's not an external game. And while I know that I've coached most of you here in some way, whether it's a video, whether it's direct coaching or private consulting or a VIP day or something else, of course. And I talk a lot about standing in your value, but it's not just like words. It literally is because I understand that value is something that so many of us struggle with. Let me talk about what I mean. Like, we struggle with standing in our value. That means plainly stating what our value is, really having an understanding inside what we deserve and being comfortable and having the esteem to be in alignment. Most of us aren't there. I have worked with the smartest, I know you're the smartest, the sharpest, and the most capable beings. And even in those moments, 20 years working somewhere and retiring, or running departments, or running multi-million-dollar budgets prior to meeting me, people who have done incredible things, PhDs, MDs, JDs, you name it. And when it comes to them assessing their own value in their business, most often what I've seen on repeat is that folks are just giving themselves away. And the reason is because we've been programmed to, a lot of times when you're really smart anyway, there's sometimes this guilt around being so dang amazing. And sometimes the way that we want to repay life is by being what we think is like this giver that gives away, you know, all of that hard work, all that studying, all those years of experience, just our dynamicness, so that we can be accepted by the masses. But let me explain this to you. The truth is that because you're so awesome, it's not the masses that are going to buy from you. It's not. I know that I've seen this for myself. Like, literally, it is the hardest thing for me to sell what I do to people who think average, people who don't show up for themselves, people who aren't ready to commit and invest in themselves, people who want to hide, who want to avoid, who don't want to talk about money, don't want to talk about investing in themselves, or who think I talk about money a lot. I'm very comfortable having that conversation. I'm very comfortable in my skin around the level of transformation I can provide someone by giving them the accountability and the mentorship and the advisement. And what I understand is that that's not free. And I also understand the value of holding others accountable to keep the promises that they make to themselves, to get them to show up. Because what I know is true is that 99.9% of the women that I have worked with prior to working with me, not from an ego perspective, facts, think about your experience in working with me, came to me, and not any of them ever considered for themselves prior to working with me of standing in their value prior to mentorship, mindset support, accountability, really working on their value. So I know that that can be life-changing. And because of it, it's not free. Now, okay? Sometimes we suffer with guilt for being amazing, for being smart, for being sharp, right? For being the one that's always led the charge. But you have to stand your value. And I'm going to tell you another way that I've seen people conflict around value. And I have seen it, and I'm going to call it out, as I always do. And that is when we watch other people stand in their value. There are a lot of people, if they're not comfortable about their own value, they are very uncomfortable with you standing in yours. Let me explain, okay? Hope this helps somebody today. They're uncomfortable because they are not in a place that they have self-belief or self-worth, okay, enough to know that they deserve it. And when they watch other people shine that spotlight on and be comfortable and confident in their own ability to understand that they're worth it, it makes them uncomfortable. Why? Because if you don't want to do something for free and they want to do something for free, your spotlight, your light, right, of you just doing the dang thing for whatever it is, $10,000 or more, or $15,000 or more, whatever it looks like for you in terms of packaging and selling your high ticket thing, for that person that is capable right? That should be standing for themselves, but there's something inside of themselves, that even though they know they're great, they know they're awesome, but they have convinced themselves they've got to prove themselves. So they do the free thing. They do the low fee thing. Y'all know I come at you guys hard on this because I know how freaking amazing each and every one of you are. And I don't want to hear it, right? You know, we're in 2025, okay? It's a new year. And no matter when you're hearing this, you might be hearing this 1 year from now, 10 years from now, because you know how I do. The truth of the matter is you are the first sale. Okay? If you aren't certain of your value, no one else will be. And I can assure you of this. If you compromise your own value, hey there, Sharonda, if you compromise your own value, right, in business, in your work situation, you're likely compromising in many other aspects of your life. It's just true. Because the way we do one thing is typically the way we do everything. So, Sharonda, what I'm talking about today is the fact that I want women in this community to really stand in their value and really own what is great about them. And you can't own what's great about you by not being able to ask and walk someone through a process that really honors what your value is, all of your experience, all of your background, your gifts, and your talents. And I see so many amazing women who are on mute, right? They're like super quiet when it comes to saying what they should really be asking, or it could also look the other way when it's time for them to make an investment in themselves. They shrink or they make smaller investments because of their belief in themselves. If we truly believe that we are amazing, we truly believe that we're God inspired, that we've been gifted with these amazing gifts and talents that are meant to create impact in the world, why in the world will we ever invest in ourselves at the smallest level? It's not just about the money. It's about a full solution, about giving ourselves what we truly need, right? If we truly believed that I could help someone create amazing results, but I could get there quicker and faster with a more direct solution. Why would we torture ourselves? And I said torture, that's right, by choosing things that we know we have no business doing. Staying up all night, building websites and funnels and landing pages and teaching ourselves how to sell something that's high ticket. Imagine this for a minute. Imagine that you want to sell something you've never sold before, and we'll make up a number. We'll say your packages are $5,000 or more, right, per client. But you want to practice on the client. Come on. Somebody help me with this one, okay? You want to sell something for $5,000 or more, $10,000 or more, $15,000 or more, but you not having the habits of mind or the discipline in your thoughts. And I'm breaking this down for you guys to understand that why in the world would you ever practice on a client for something so high stakes if you're serious, if you don't want to fail, right? You want to show up your process. I'm just calling it out because it's important. I've just come off a busy weekend. You guys can probably see it from my eyes of coaching women and watching them, the lights come on, and for them, for the very first time, many really understanding and being able to establish their value and not run from it. And yet and still, when women are given the opportunity to invest in themselves, you see what triggers them. Yes, okay? When we're given opportunities, and I think investing in ourselves at the highest level is an opportunity to say yes. It's not somebody chasing you. It's not somebody tracking you down. It's not somebody mentioning something to you over and over again. Listen, it's an opportunity. And when you see growth that way, your life changes. So I hope that there's something that I know it was tough. I have to come to you guys always honest, because when you elevate, I elevate, right? Like I just want to see my community win. And I work mostly with women, obviously, and women of color. And so many of us are just so stuck as it relates to our value. We're not stuck related to giving, overgiving, right? Giving people what it is that we have that's amazing, that can change their lives. We are stuck around asking for what we deserve. We are stuck around this idea of exchange, of investing in ourselves, all that we need, right? So, I mean, literally. So sometimes it's strategy that we need. Sometimes it's leadership that we need. Sometimes it's accountability. Sometimes we just need to be called out to the standard that we have for ourselves. Hey, Lauren, I haven't talked to you in a long time. Sometimes it's those things. Lorna, you know what I'm talking about here. You've worked with me over the years, and you know the price that and the cost that playing small can cost you, right? You know that investing in yourself often exposes you to a part of yourself that you do not know, that might be dormant, or you know that accountability is a game changer when someone is asking you to show up and you can't hide from yourself. And the problem with so many smart, sharp, incredibly talented women is that we are telling ourselves, I got this. And you're doing the same thing where we're early in the year. It's time to pivot and change. If I can support you in some way, y'all know what to do. You know how to reach me. You can DM me. You can reach out to me. But it's really not about that. You reach out because you're ready. You reach out because you know that you deserve it, because you're tired of underselling and undervaluing yourself and not giving yourself what you need, because you're tired of dealing with untruths, which is that no one's ever going to pay you and invest in what you have at the highest level, or that you can't build a career and build your business as a transition for yourself, that you can't in some way have $20,000 or more months coming in consistently, easily, and effortlessly without killing yourself. And I'm not talking about sitting home and pointing your toes and having a cup of coffee and doing nothing. That's what we're talking about, because to build an amazing business, it's going to take work, right? But you can do it. You're already doing the work. Some of us just don't have the belief in ourselves that we can do this thing on our own. And you can. All right. And if you don't believe that, you need to get someone in your life that whispers that to you, that holds you accountable, that gives you some strategy around this. And stop this game, okay? Because there are people out here waiting on you to show up, all right? But no one's going to drag you to success, because that's not fun, all right? So you're the first sale. I love you, okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you have an amazing